Live.
It should be funny as hell. Alright, we back with another one, Motivation to Succeed. I got a few guests here, some lady speakers that I wanted on the show. To the right, we already got Tati, Miss I Don't Cook Breakfast. When I say I
Okay, now.
And then we got two Daijas right here. Introduce yourself for what do y'all do?
Deja 1, Deja 2.
Deja 2.
That's
cool. I'm cool with cool.
She feels a little integrating. Deja squared. How that work?
Deja squared.
Deja squared.
No,
Daijthedoula. Doula Deja.
Oh yeah.
Doula Deja.
That's our new tag too.
With it.
That's our new tag.
Yeah, funny.
What about you? The microphone right there. What's up?
What am I saying?
Introduce yourself.
I'm Deja. I don't really be doing much. I make these little necklaces here. I just quit my job like 3 weeks ago, so I've been doing this. Yeah.
Full time, absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
I see. Shout out to my boys back there, Jordan and Tyler. Little Stick.
It's your boy.
Nah, though. We just gonna loosen up real quick. How y'all feeling today?
Good.
I just came from brunch. I feel great.
Shit, you would throw that in there.
Niggas.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's too
boys
early.
come from everything, man. That's it, bro. Enjoy your last week on the show, bro. You waiting down.
I got y'all next time. Don't do me.
We can't believe it. No more. What?
It's a pinky promise. I didn't make a pinky promise.
Huh?
Your tripod. Nobody's using it.
But if one, give me it. I do it.
G.
I got like 20 minutes for my shit. Die anyway.
Listen, man. It's a good Sunday, dog. A little bit of rain, that's cool. Cool it off a little bit.
I don't know how to do this. All these moments get edited out, so
Yeah, I
don't,
was about to say that. Yeah, this is-
don't feel too crazy. But
Here. Why you already put my little thing over there?
what? That's gonna fit in there?
No, I meant in
Oh.
that angle. Thank you
could.
very much.
Put it right here.
But you're going to have to read the comments when we get some.
Put it right here.
Jordan be on a live anyway. You on a live?
I'm not.
Not this week. See, that's what I
Y'all
knew.
not even messing
I knew he was
with me
gonna play
today.
around this
What's
week.
up?
Nah, just
Oh, y'all good? I can see. Y'all good? Y'all wavy? Alright.
I know.
He ain't trying to like it. We get this game.
We is though. We gotta ease into it. We
I got
can't.
you. I got you.
You know.
Dive right in.
Yeah, our people. Sad to say, they ain't gonna be locked in as soon as we come out the bat. You gotta talk a little shit first. That's what it's gonna
I
be.
could do that.
You
Absolutely.
can talk shit, loosen
Oh, man.
up, because it's going to get edited out anyways.
Shit, we could hit the topic. But one of the joints talking about black families.
Okay.
Oh shit, y'all got it.
Yeah. This is the one.
All I can think is
This is the one.
I heard a bunch of
When I hear about black families and stuff, we all black here, so you know what it comes with, and like some of the stigmas and like kind of the support system is not always there when it's black families. You kind of actually pushed to do certain things or go down their path. So I want to see what do you see like that's wrong in our community and plus our black families. We could start with you because I like when you be speaking and they be like,
Alright. I'll say something that could use work when it comes to the black family. Would probably be the support system or the lack thereof. I feel like that's loaded. I feel like when it comes to parents and raising black children, everybody's just kind of going off of what they were raised off of. You know what I'm saying? And you say like, you should want better for you. I want better for my kid. My kid should be better than I am, or my kid should do better or be better or this. And I feel like a lot of the times, though they feel like they want better, their better in their mind is what they could not do, instead of what their child's best is. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like we could definitely use work on being supportive of our individuality, with your children, with your peers, just, you know what I mean, as family, period, rather than projecting your insecurities or your failed accomplishments or things that you couldn't accomplish in your youth, or your dreams, or living vicariously through your children, by allowing them to be their best, whatever their best may be.
Yep. How you feel about it?
I feel like that's definitely true. Just like piggybacking off of like what you're saying, as far as support, like support is really lacking when it comes to Black families because it's not something that they agree with. They don't really want to support you because that's not what they want you to be doing.
That's not
They
the
don't-
vision you doing. So
Right.
the support never there. The biggest support factor that people face is like the parenting, like, you know, relationship in bad. Now that affects the parenting part because like y'all arguing over how something's supposed to be handled, you know what I'm saying? And that's where the big problem coming at. Half the time, some of these men don't even want kids with these people, bro. And that's where another big problem coming, man. People just be trying to bring kids into the world with no guidance at all. Like that play a big, huge part with like support because like these kids lack fathers or lack, you know, mothers because mothers is always at work. They trying to provide, pay the bills, keep a roof over their head. The support kind of is lopsided on Black families.
Before I speak, I want you to say something.
Let me say something.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree with everybody. Like, my personal experience, Isaac's on Black. I grew up in a single mother household. My father wasn't really around all like that. And my mother, not to like down her or anything, I don't really have a relationship with either one of them actually, neither one of my parents. They're very toxic. But my mother wasn't really that good of a support system. She wanted the best for us, which was like being better than everybody else's kids. But she never provided the resources for us to be better than everyone. So it was like I had to be better, but I also had to learn how to be better on my own. I never had like her giving me like a blueprint or a map. So it was like me learning how to be a human being on top of her pressuring me to be the best person that she wanted me to be. So.
But you saying that, how many people at this table like was raised by a single parent? So you had a two-parent?
I can't even say I was really raised by my parents, bro. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of the womb, I was born straight into foster care.
Yeah.
So, and I ain't make it home until I was like 2 or 3. My grandma came and got me out the foster care system. You know what I'm saying? My mom and dad was hiring crackheads. No bullshit, bro. That's just what it is. And to this day, I don't got no relationship with my mom or dad. Like, if I see my dad, I don't even call him dad. I call him by his regular government name. You know what I'm saying? If I see my mom, it's hi and bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't send and kick it or chat like that, bro. You don't never see me posting pictures with my mom or my dad, like how people do on Mother's Day or Father's Day. You won't see that from me because I don't have those pictures. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
I mean, I'm in the middle of that because I was with my mother, just her, no father, up until like 6, I believe. And then my great-grandparents took me in and stuff. And my mom just recently asked about, like, do I know anything about my father? Because he's, like, dying and stuff. And I went over there to like, speak to him. He can't, like, speak none of that. It's okay. I understand that. But, like, his mother is telling me, like, I got all these pictures of you. I'm like, I don't remember nothing from my childhood at all. I don't remember anything but, like, I remember, like, kindergarten, good times with, like, my friends. But other than that, I don't remember nothing.
That's how it be, bro.
So it's just crazy because the support is really not there, but it kind of is in their way because they're rushing you, not giving you no time to grow.
I feel like the support is there, like I said, from what they want it to be. You understand what I'm saying? Like from what they view as best or what they couldn't do or what people never instilled in them, and they're like, you know what? No, when I have kids, my kid's gonna be this, my kid's gonna do that. And when that view kind of shifts or when your dreams don't align with theirs, it becomes like, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know why you even want to do that. Why don't you just want to be this? Why don't you get what I'm saying? So but it's because it's generational. Like their parents didn't do that. their parents didn't say, okay, yes, you can be free to do this. You can branch off and do this. I want you to be your personal best. I don't want you to be what I say that you have to be. And I feel like that's what it is. It's going to be, you going to be the best. But I don't really know how I want you to be the best. But I want you to be better. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be better. I want you to do better. I want you to do better to me. I don't really know how I want you to do that. But do it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of where the confusion comes, because it's like, how do you want to do that?
What you guys say?
I think that parents don't understand that it's a different time and age. It's not the same as when they were growing up.
Yeah, I know that because the whoopings I used to get versus my little brother, you don't get
Yeah,
touched.
the whoopings I
You
used
go
to
to
get
jail
versus
You don't
then.
get touched at
my
all.
grandma used to make me go outside and break the switch off the tree. Go get you a switch. Come home, tear my ass up. Extension cords, bats, whatever.
Just like everybody's saying their parents, it's like a generational thing, of course. But would you give your child freedom, like the freedom that you didn't have? Because look how you
I did have.
I would give them the freedom.
the same thing.
I would give them the opportunity to make mistakes and learn from
Because they have
them. You
to
get what I'm
learn,
saying? Because a lot of kids don't get to learn from their mistakes when you got a parent always down your back or yelling at you for a mistake that you made. That's a part of life. We not perfect. We gonna make mistakes. We gonna do shit that you might not support or might not like, but it's our life. It's not your life. You lived your life the way you wanted to live it. You know what I'm saying? So let us live our life the way we want to live it.
I mean, you could say that, but still, one mistake could change your life.
Yeah, it can.
And it's over.
One mistake can change your life, but one mistake can better your life also.
Right.
As you
It's a
look
lesson.
at it that
It's a
side,
lesson in behind that, bruh.
But how would you approach that for it to have like a positive outcome?
Me, how I would approach it, you're going to make mistakes in life, bruh. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Nobody is perfect, you know what I'm saying? So making a mistake is something that should teach you, you know what I'm saying? It's a learning stage when you make a mistake, because you shouldn't make that mistake again. You should learn from the first time. Some people don't learn from the first time and take them a few times, but everybody learn different, you know what I'm saying?
That's one way to put it. I don't think I could give my kids that much freedom.
Freedom?
Got to.
As far as
You have
what?
to.
Like,
As
what do
far-
you mean?
Yeah, like what do you
I don't
mean
know,
by
'cause-
as freedom?
I think it's certain stuff you have to correct.
Absolutely.
But I know one thing. I always grew up in saying like we just spoke on like whoopings and stuff. I always thought like, yeah, I'm gonna give my kids whoopings because that's what corrected me. But now looking at it, I'm not doing it.
Doesn't work.
I feel like you don't have to always whoop your children. Like, I'm an educator, so I can't put my hands on my kids. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just not. There are other ways to correct behavior besides putting your hands on them.
Right.
So, however you see fit, like, there are certain times where I feel like, yeah, if my kid deserves it, hey, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like, I didn't get whoopings like that. Like, I didn't, but I got a couple. You know what I mean? Like, when I needed them.
Right.
Like, but like every little thing for me was not a whooping. But there's a certain type of fear you need to instill in your children.
Stop being their friends. Bro. That's the problem.
Absolutely. There's a certain type of fear. Like, my mom, we cool as hell right now. I'm grown, she grown. So people be like, you and your mom are like sisters. Growing up, we always had a very open relationship and like sister-like, but that's still my mother. Like, you know what I mean? I always still had that fear and respect for her as my mother. Like, there's certain shit I just won't cross because that's my mom. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's a certain type of level of respect and a certain level of fear that you need to instill in your children in order to correct behavior without having to be physical with them. Because sometimes, like, I know kids who will laugh after they got their ass whooped. Like, that's not doing nothing. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
they still
mean?
got
Like, seriously, like, just badass kids. Like, they really getting like belts and
do
all
that shit,
and
dog.
laughing. That's not working.
I
Like,
got
that's
raw
not
with this
working.
shit.
You need something different. You need an alternative method. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's a ton of ways to properly discipline your children. It's not always, you know,
About
with your
whoopings.
great grandma or your grandma was doing this or your auntie did this or you know what I mean? Your mom was doing this. Like, you got to come up with your own method. You
Yeah,
got
you
to
speak
different
on
strokes for
it.
different
Yeah.
folks.
But
Yeah.
Work,
me,
bro.
Right.
We've been saving you.
my mom, I grew up in a single parent home. And what my mom liked doing is like she was just being a parent, like nothing more, nothing less. And then I say like she was putting food in my stomach, making sure I got up for school and stuff, but there was no support with that. And that's what I feel like a lot of parents nowadays lack on. It's like just being a parent and not teaching your kids the ropes and stuff that's actually going on out here. Like they think just being a parent is where it's at, and that's not
Right.
enough.
Right.
It's okay to put food in my stomach and everything goes, but teach me something. And that's what I think a lot of parents lack on today.
A lot of people don't know where to draw the line.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know where to draw the line at from, okay, this is where I'm going to discipline you because this is the way that I want you to go when you grow. But you also have to be able to have a real relationship with your child. You have to build trust with your child. Your child should be able to be comfortable with you. Your child should never be in trouble and be afraid to come to you. And a lot of people don't realize that that's exactly what they do because when they're in some real trouble, they're not going to come to you because they're scared of you more than that's a situation where they should be more willing to come to you because then maybe you can help them get out of the situation that they got themselves in.
You never sat down and told your kid, like, it's okay to like, come to me and
open
tell
up
me
to
this.
me.
Like, I'm here for you.
You never
People
sat
don't
down and
understand
talked
that.
with your kid. You
I
never
mean,
did
certain parents, they friends, they sit in groups just like we do right now.
Right.
They talk about their kid, and you have one person, like I witnessed it, you have one person like tearing down their kid like whole life. And then you got the other mom just saying mad lies just to make it like look good.
Right.
And that's one thing I always hated because, of course, I used to be eavesdropping as a kid. I ain't gonna lie.
That was
Right in my room, like what you?
What she talk about?
Right
Most
with it.
things though, I hate it from parents is, man, they know the whole neighborhood know your
That's a
business.
fact.
That's
The whole world
Oh,
We
man.
don't know.
Nigga get suspended in school, man. The whole neighborhood know before you get home. They all looking at you and
Why
shit
you
like,
outside? Your
they
mom know
ain't
you
go-
outside?
Yeah,
Punishment, like,
damn, man. How you know?
You got a question, G? You lost it.
It touched on the whole like support thing because like I get the whole you want your child to be different. You want them to proceed with their artistic instincts. But let's say as a parent, like I'm not knocking you guys by any means, but let's say you support that child's every decision, right? But every 2 weeks they have something different, and now you at the point where it's like, well, baby, you can be great. You can do whatever you want. Does that not still count? Because some parents do get to that point where they're like, you wanted to be an astronaut today, you wanted to be a doctor tomorrow, next week, motherfucker, you want to do God knows what.
right.
Right.
Now, my viewing of that, because like, don't get me wrong, single parent, my mother, worked 24/7, like crazy. But I used to change what the hell I wanted to do every day to the point where I got to the point where I, myself, was like, shit, dude, is that really what you want to do? Like, goddamn, you running this crazy lady crazy. So it's like, I get the whole thing of that. But it's like, at what point do they get the break? Because now it goes back to yours. She put food in your stomach, she put a roof over your head, but you said she didn't teach you the ropes. If anything, did you ever stop and look at the environment that you're growing up in, and she actually wanted to harbor you from that? She don't want to teach you how to, well, you see that guy on the corner? That nigga slinging dope. Now you gonna fuck around, yeah, what's dope? And you gonna go out there, figure it out, you gonna learn, like, oh, that's quick money in my pocket every day. But then what? If she whooping your ass, now you're scared because now let's say you catch your first big charge. You don't want to go to mom because mom at the end of the day
So trying to keep you from that.
from trying to go to that route. So it's like, I get the many forms of support. I get the many things that y'all are saying, but it's like, at the end of the day, we were placed in a fucked up spot.
Right.
A lot of us try to migrate out, and a lot of us can't because it does go back to that generation before us, before them. So it's like, are we kind of being too hard on black families? I mean, somebody got to ask the question. I'm not taking offense to it. I'm just saying, as a being that person that I want other views, well, not views, but points, opinions, I'm going to ask the question that no one else is here to ask. So,
Right. Like devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
Absolutely.
like I said, I'm 100%.
I feel like
Yo.
I feel like as a
I think it's-
parent, that's what you sign up for. Honestly.
Nah, not really.
Not knocking what you say.
Some parents, that's all they know is get the money, put the roof over your head, feed you.
No, my mom really did exactly what he just said. Like, she sent me to my grandmother to get me out of a certain neighborhood, but I actually was in a even worse joint. You gotta turn that off. There's something wrong.
I was
What was
trying
that?
to mute it. I couldn't mute it because I was gonna show whoever
I was about to say, cause she took me from a different area, put me where my grandparents was, and I'm with my cousins. Like, I didn't live with my cousins at first. But them niggas is wild. So I'm over there now. It's like you don't even know what's going on over here. You just gonna throw me over here though, like. And I learned from both sides, and I was just smart enough to fucking realize it's not what I want. So I understand what you're saying.
Feel like playing off of what you just asked, I feel like that comes down to molding and nurturing and guiding in a respectable manner, in a manner that's respectable to your child's dreams and to what they want to do, guiding them to one decision. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be like, you know what? You don't know what the fuck you want to be. And I feel, yes, we are too hard on black families. We are too hard on ourselves, period. Because it's okay to not know. You don't have to be 16 years old and say, you know what? I want to be a lawyer. And I'm going to pursue that. And I'm going to be that lawyer for the rest of my life. No. That's just not reasonable.
So this goes back to what you were saying as far as them trying to portray their insecurities onto you. But like you just said, if they come to you like, I don't know what I want to be, I'm not going to be hard on you like, oh, you're going to pursue that.
Right.
I'm okay with that. With my kids saying they don't know what they want to be. There's a
You
million
should be.
different careers in the world. You don't know what you want to be.
What's your point? 'Cause I think
How many people you
I
think
don't
really
even know what I
like
wanna
their
be.
job?
Right.
22.
But
I think it's important to teach your kids to find their purpose.
Right.
Everybody is
Well,
put
6 to 1.
here for a reason. Everybody's put here to do something. So if you teach your kids to find what their purpose to do, they're more likely to stick with that. Like, how many times have you heard, do what you love and it's never going to feel like work? Like, that's what you have to instill in your kids and make them, you know, understand that that's what they have to do. Instead of, okay, let me look and see, okay, this job makes this much salary per year, so maybe I should look into that, or maybe I should go into the medical field because we're always going to need nurses. How many people do we know that's in school to be a nurse, or they are a nurse, or
Don't got no
a CNA,
business.
and don't have any business being a nurse because that's not what their purpose
Right.
to do.
That's not what they like. People move off of a paycheck, not based off what they like or what they, want to do. Like you said, people look up and see, oh shit, this job paid $100,000 a year, but they don't be happy within that job.
Have no passion.
They have no passion, so they just get up for a check. That's it.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? They don't find no interest in that job. They just do it because it pay the bills.
right.
And that's where a problem would come because, like, shit, you doing something you don't like.
that's a miserable
not fun.
existence. You're just working.
Right.
It's like a cycle.
All right, we're going to move on to generational curses.
Ooh, sheesh.
Yeah. I don't know that is a crazy topic to talk about.
All right. Well,
It's like, how do you feel about your family? You feel proud about your family?
absolutely.
You don't?
Nah.
Nobody, like,
Nah.
that's
I'm
sad to
not
hear.
really close with my family.
Right.
Like,
My mom got 5 kids.
Like one side,
One side I feel proud of, the other side.
no, one side probably focus.
Like, I'm proud of my cousins and shit, my older cousins and shit that live out of town, but shit, we don't really talk, you know what I'm saying? I see what they accomplish on social media, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm never a hater, so I'm always, I'm always proud to see somebody progressing, you know what I'm saying?
I
Whether
think
it's
one-
fast or slow.
One heavy, like, generational curse is competition. You know, everybody set
Right.
out, they got different families. You got, like, the Joneses, you got the Jeffersons and all that, the Hamiltons and stuff, but
Right.
they be in competition, like the grandmothers, anybody. And that just comes down because you got people that sit there, like grandma, they gonna talk crazy. Why you hanging with them? She got, like, 4 babies, all this other type stuff. Don't be like her. So now you got, like, you resent her a little bit, and they probably feel like you going crazy. But that's your favorite cousin or something. They like, people always do that. I really don't understand why you in competition with your family. I never understood that.
I think as human beings, we're naturally competitive, though.
What's lacking is individualism. As a family, everybody thinks you have to move as a unit, and it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be individual, and that's what's missing.
It's a fact. Cause he preached unity all the time.
I'm about to say, that goes back to literally what she was saying as far as like playing on, like, well, not playing, let me correct that because that sounds really messed up, but bringing out that artistic desire, that, trying to, well, it actually goes on your, both, well, no, did you say molding and guidance as well? So yeah, it's basically everything that she was saying,
Right.
but as far as like the competitive side, I to this very day will still never understand it.
It's corny, yo.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some
It's
parents
corny.
be in competition.
It really be the
They be in
parents. It start with
competition
them.
with
We
their
don't know.
sisters, they brothers, whatever.
Like they say they do.
If you
People-
feel inadequate in yourself, you're going to always compete with somebody else.
Mhm.
Exactly.
That's where it's coming from.
Like, I grew up, both of my parents were the black sheeps of their own families. Like, my mother, her mother was in the streets. She was on her own since she was 14 and taking care of her younger siblings and taking care of her own 2 kids that she had by the age of 20 years old. She was doing that. And my father, he was the black sheep of his family because he separated himself from them because he didn't want his kids to grow up and be like how they were. Like drugs, alcoholism, teen pregnancy, all that stuff is like rampant in my family. And they decided that they wanted to separate us so that we could have our own individuality and so that we could, you know, grow up and be different from what they were so that we could break some of their generational curses that they had on themselves.
Hey, what's a few things in your family that don't sit right with you?
My family, well, first of all, so I grew up in a single household, like I mentioned earlier. My mother, she wasn't close with her side of the family off of the simple fact she always had problems with everybody, like literally everybody she had a problem with. So she always kept me and my younger sister from that side of the family, on top of her making sure we weren't close with our father. So she kept us from his side of the family. So I literally don't know anyone on his side. I know faces. I have no relationship with them. And same thing with my mother's side. I know faces. I'm not close with anybody. I'm not close with aunts, uncles, grandparents. I never had a grandparent in my life. Never had cousins. I've never had that type of family connection because she kept me from everyone. So I can't really relate to, you know, oh, hey, cousin, oh, hey, auntie, because I've never had that in my life because she literally, like, made sure that we were 100% dependent on her. So we had to basically leech off of her to even, like, be ourselves. And that's not even being yourself. I had to learn how to be myself once I left her home at, like, the age of 19 because I forced myself to leave because that environment was so toxic, bro. So toxic. Like, I don't even, like... It should just be making me mad. Just talk about it. Like it is.
It is. These are topics we need to talk about. Just speak about it, and we in a room full of people that like you never know who feel the same way you do.
Right. I know it's like mad stuff that I could get into.
It's
like,
okay to be raw and transparent about it, though. It's okay to be emotional about it. Like it's an emotional topic. You know what I mean? So.
But yeah, I don't really have like family connections like that. So it's literally just me. I literally broke away from the shit that I wasn't even a part of to begin with anyway.
And that's crazy.
So
well, that's a curse. You feel what I'm saying?
That
you
is.
just broke that. You know what I mean? That is, that's something that needed to be broken, and you were the person to break it.
And actually having the courage to speak out about it, and you can recognize like the problems and stuff.
Yeah, I see. Like it took me a minute to actually like sit myself down, acknowledge and recognize what was going on, and really remove myself from all that shit because that shit was really tearing me apart and I didn't even realize it until like I was like depressed as hell and didn't even know why I was depressed. So yeah.
That's a lot because the last thing you want to do is put all that stress on you.
Facts.
It's not your fault at all.
You're taking things that aren't even yours.
Disappoint your parents too, though, man. That's.
I think that's a big thing.
That's a big thing, bro. That's really a big thing, bro. You want to impress your parents and do everything they want you to do. But you don't focus on yourself, bro. You don't focus on yourself when you're doing that.
I feel like that in itself is such a big pressure. I wouldn't say it's a curse or a generational curse or anything like that, but it definitely is a pressure that we hold is not disappointing our parents. And I wouldn't say like it's okay to disappoint them. Like it's okay.
It is
to disappoint them. It's okay.
It is. How many times they disappoint
not
you?
live up to
it's okay, bro.
what
it's
they
okay.
you know what I mean. What they expect you to be or what they expect out of you because like I'm doing my best. You know what I mean? Like the same way I'm trying to live this life, I'm trying to figure this thing out and do things that you didn't teach me or do things that, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure this out on my own. So as an individual, like we bring it full circle. So I just feel like that's a huge weight to carry, is the pride of your parents. That's huge. You know what I mean?
All you got is your last name. That's what you live for.
That's what
right.
your legacy. You carry the legacy of a last name.
it shouldn't be
That's what
that.
that's
Like
what
it
you're supposed
shouldn't
to
be
live for.
that
That's-
much pressure. You know what I mean?
I live by my first name. I promise you, that last name could get changed.
It
God.
should not be that much pressure
And,
though.
like,
It
everybody
shouldn't
thinks we
feel
got,
that
like,
way.
a good relationship. Like he probably think I got a good relationship with my pops. Hell no.
That's
live
what I
by my
thought.
first name.
Honestly,
You thought the same
that's
thing.
what I thought.
But that's because that's what he.
Nah,
that's
but
what
I
he
already
portrays.
know though, bro.
That's
I
what he
know.
portrays in the media.
In
Because
the-
he be like,
in
oh
the-
yeah, my
yeah.
son doing this, my son. I'm talking my dad about nothing. My dad don't know what I make. Didn't know where I lived for a year. None of that shit. I never talked to my dad. I live by my first name. I told him, I said, yo, I'm changing my last name because I swear to God, niggas will never equate me with you because we on 2 different levels. And that's what I told him because I don't live by my last name. You can't sometimes. Sometimes that side of my family ain't really up to the power that I think they need to be at.
Yeah, I need to break the generation,
Because it could be a
the
bad
cursed
thing, too.
generation
They used to
too.
call my family the bugged out Baldwins.
Are you kidding
That's
me?
right.
I gotta break that shit though,
My
bro.
family think me my mom's hit.
Like, yeah, you gotta be yourself, bro. Like, all of my
Because a lot of
siblings,
my
all of
family
our
was,
initials
like,
is
on
KI.
drugs, on the
We
streets,
all carry
so
that
that's what
legacy
they
on to
called
our
us,
kids and
the
everything,
bugged
bro.
out Baldwins.
That's
So-
a curse I gotta break.
You gotta break it.
Gotta break this shit.
I have a
But then
question.
You, not the Summer's kid, like, or not the whatever
Hold on.
kid. You're
She got a
you're
question,
K
yeah.
Son.
That's
How
I'm just saying, somebody gonna judge you as K Son. They're not gonna judge you as your last name.
So I just feel like it's slightly different because like we have our standpoints as women, but I just feel a little bit of a different energy as men. Like how do you feel about like, you know what I mean, especially like relationships with your fathers and your mothers and like, you know what I mean, growing up and being a man, like it's different. Like, you know what I mean? Like coming up and as I'm coming into my womanhood, I don't know, like me and my mom are both
man
women
can't
now.
teach you how
So
to-
you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like when you become a man, I don't know, y'all men. I'm not no man. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, it's a little, it's like, you know, it's different. So, like, I don't know, just like
I
kind
can
of,
speak
I
on
can
it
speak
first,
on that.
'cause- or you can go first. It don't matter.
right. Like, so as far as, like,
It don't-
y'all speaking, like, the way you feel about your father, the way I feel about my father is kind of the same way. But, sorry, it's a little different because I'm a girl. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, it's like, you know, that subject is a little more touchy for me. Like, you're a man and he's a man now. So, when you become a man, what is that disconnect or what is the difference or what, you know what I mean? How do you feel, I guess, like coming up and either living in your father's shadow or as far as his expectations or anything like that? Like, how is that as being a man, like as far as coming up in your family and
go first.
differentiating and separating yourself?
I mean, me personally, I ain't have no dad. Shit, I grew up straight on the streets, bro. Everything I learned was from the streets. My dad ain't teach me shit, and I'm actually kind of happy because I learned more on the streets than I probably would have learned from him. My dad was an alcoholic, so he was in and out of my life my whole life. You know what I'm saying? There never was a standstill point where he was just there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I actually feel good not growing up with my dad because like, shit, I learned a lot without you. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like I really don't need you. Like, even if my dad tried to make a relationship, I probably wouldn't take it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm fine. I'm comfortable knowing that I made it to 25 years of age without you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what more do I need you for?
Right.
I mean, I'm at a little standstill with that because my great grandfather, he taught me a lot, but it wasn't like he wasn't like nurturing me. He was just yelling at me my whole life. Like I understand that now. Like I appreciate what he did for me, but it was really tough love with him. And I would see how you treat everybody else, but I get in trouble for everything that they do. And it was like I hated him for a long time.
One kid, though. Like,
I always
one kid
hated
in the
him.
family, they always want to stand out, bro.
So
So
I
you
got-
will get in trouble more.
I got that, like, it don't matter what they did. I didn't have to mimic no actions of them, nothing. It was just I come up from school, I just get it the worst. It was like, damn, I just tell my grandma
They
like,
seen the potential in you. though.
yeah, he
That's
do. I
that's
mean, he
what it
did,
was.
but still, that's why I say I
They
appreciate it
seen
now.
the
But
potential in you, bro.
at that moment, I used to tell my mom like, I don't want to live here. I hate him, and that just carried on to my dad too, because I don't really know him till like now. I still don't know nothing about him, so it's like, damn. I used to tell her a lot. I still text her every now and then. I be in my feelings like, yo, where was he at? And like I get these like congratulations, all this type of shit. You grew up to be a nice young man. Like I done did this shit. I done been through some shit on my own. No father. But salute to my granddad for what he did. And my mom, everybody else, friends, everything. I'm just appreciative. That's it. But if he was there, it would have been, I can't lie, I wouldn't even want him to be there. I want to be like this
So
today.
you hated it back then, but appreciate it now.
Yeah, I still
See,
hate
I'm
it.
the opposite.
I still,
appreciated it back then, but hate it now. Which
Nah.
is weird. I was always riding for my dad. Like, I'm like, yo, he just yelling at me because he want me to be this. But it was like once I got to a certain point to where I thought, I'm like, I'm where you want me to be. Like, I passed my dad an income at 22. So it's like, you're 55, I'm 22, and I passed you, like, that should be the moment of, like, I'm proud of you. My dad has never said, I'm proud of you, son. Never. And
I never heard of that from my granddad, like,
never.
but it was, the crazy thing is, he showed me his appreciation in fucking his actions. The nigga bought me a car in high school, so it was like, like damn, all I really wanted was like, I'm proud of you, some shit like that. But he actually did sit. He used to sit in the car like he don't have no emotions, nothing. Even spitting, no, he don't have no emotions, nothing. He would just sit there. I mean, he would
like feel like he was proud, like he was proud of you.
The materialism,
say
yes.
it was that, but that's not what I was deep into. Like you probably see that now, it was just like I'm just used to it. But what I look for now is actual people saying, yeah, shit like that. So it was just it's just reverse. Yeah. Nah, not really. I don't give a fuck.
It's just like let's
no more.
Be validated,
like, wanted the hug.
Acknowledge it. I ain't want the hug.
No, I'm not saying like you. Yeah. I know that shit just sounded like.
No. That ain't. I ain't taking it no
way. But
way.
it's like once again, the environment we grew up in. You gotta think about it. They was there for fucking decades. We couldn't get that. I'm proud of you. Like he said, it was in the gifts. My grandfather used to beat my ass. True. I'm talking about fucking the fullest extent, and turn around and be like, yo. Come on, boy, we about to go fishing. Yeah, we about to
Nah, he used to take me to Home Depot.
I took that right to Home Depot. I used to go out there like, yo, you used to whoop my ass. Like,
I don't want to go nowhere with you. Hell no.
So it's like I get that shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie, at one fucking point, I used to want to hug from my dad until I actually fought this man, and then I realized,
me too.
You were not there by choice. My grandfather had to step up to the plate, and the only thing that he could fucking do was show me that this world out here is real fucking tough. Yeah. They gonna throw your ass out there, nigga, and you ain't gonna have no fucking guide, no mat, no nothing.
Right.
So that car in high school, that was his way of saying,
that hit me.
Yo, I'm proud of you. He told you he loved you. By all means, they can always say they love you. But as far as them showing you like, yo, I'm gonna show you these emotions, you gonna take that as a sign of, oh well, shit, outside, out here, I could do that. Until a nigga run up on you and like, yo, give me everything you got. You start crying. The fuck you pissing on yourself for, boy? Give me that shit. That's what they were trying to prepare you for. The next man is not gonna show you no fucking emotions out here. Like, shit, right now you get it through your friends. 100 facts. Me and you, we text each other, we on the same motherfucking Christian list where we get messages every morning. But that shit that you had to go through, as far as you think, like, yo, damn, my grandfather picking on me. I went through the same shit. But it made us make decisions way better now. Like, Corey, no funny shit. You literally went through life without neither one of your parents. And your grandma and them came and got you, right? What the fuck did that do? And it may have fucking had you angry, may get you some vengeance, some I got a fire under me.
It didn't. I didn't even know. To be told, I didn't even know about my older siblings and shit.
Well, I apologize.
You know what I'm saying? I knew about my twin brother and my other brother, my middle brother. I didn't know about my other brother that lived in North Carolina. I didn't know about my older sister or my older brother. I didn't know about them. We all was split, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't know about them until I came home, you know what I'm saying? Then I found out I had other siblings and shit. But, I mean, it didn't really bother me, you know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, that shit didn't bother me not having a mom or a dad. Like, you go through life the way the cards is dealt to you. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't let that shit bring you down because you still got to live your life, bro. If you go living your life angry at everybody, bro, that anger going to be taken out on the wrong person. Right. You know what I'm saying? There could be people out here with good intentions for you, and then you angry, your anger get the best of you, and you take it out on the wrong person. Now they don't want to deal with you or want to help you, nothing. So life is just like, so it's just like what you make it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't nobody live life but you.
Now, also, our neighborhood, like the neighborhood we grew up in on Portland, bro, you couldn't get out of line, really. Somebody else was going to check you.
Somebody else check you. Like, me growing up, I actually enjoyed growing up on the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I did my fair share of dirt, you know what I'm saying? But I learned a lot from the shit, you know what I'm saying? I went to jail a lot as a kid growing up, but I learned from that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I look on Facebook and look back at my memories, I was in jail 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, bro. I went to jail back to back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it taught me shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, now to this day, bro, I don't do anything that's going to jeopardize my freedom. Back then, I ain't give a fuck. I had a life to live, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know where my next meal was coming from. So, of course, I'm on the side of the store. We hustling, we doing, you know what I'm saying? Niggas come through, you got to defend territory. So, now we start strapping up. You got to protect yourself. when you live in that lifestyle, bro, you got to be ready for whatever comes at you. You know what I'm saying? That's just how life is.
What would y'all what type of advice would you give your younger self though? After hearing all this stuff.
Follow what you want to do. Cause I swear I never wanted to play basketball, bro. I swear to God, I was reading business magazines at 7. Like I really want to go on my own business, and just never could. My dad like, no, you're gonna get a scholarship. You just gonna play basketball.
One thing I can tell a kid nowadays is be yourself.
Talking about you.
Yourself.
Talking about
Me,
yourself.
if I can tell myself to be yourself, bro. Like I said, you don't know what you could be or what you can do. You know what I'm saying? So just be yourself.
What about the ladies? Let's start with you.
Yeah, 'cause
I would
got
definitely
hurt.
say learn how to think for yourself, because the environment I grew up in, anytime I had any type of opinion or wanted to stick up for myself, got my ass beat. Didn't matter what it was, could be something small, got my ass beat. And that definitely like traveled into like my older years. I was scared to speak up for myself. I was scared to say no. I was scared to defend myself. All that. I'm better now, but
That's good.
yeah, definitely learn how to think for yourself.
I think that's definitely a big one, is having the courage to even speak up for yourself and be yourself, and being proud of yourself and being proud of who you are, not who everybody else wants you to be, but being proud of the actual person that you are, even the flaws that you have, the stuff that everybody says is not good for you, you can make it work for yourself later on in life. So definitely be proud of yourself.
I'd probably tell my younger self, don't make the comparison. Don't compare yourself. For a long time, I compared a lot. Like, not even just myself, but just my circumstance. I'm a suburban kid. I grew up in the suburbs. So I always been in rich-ass neighborhoods, like, my whole life. You know what I mean? So it was kind of hard, but I lived both sides. Like, I grew up in suburbs, but my mom and my daddy, they trapping. Like, you know what I mean? So it was hard. Like, it was like, okay, well, am I prim and proper, or am I hood, am I street, am I, like, you know what I mean? She down there, she got this and a third, and I kind of have this, and I feel this way, and I dress this way, like, you know what I mean? It's just, there was a lot of comparison and a lot of, well, they're here, and I'm not there yet, and I'm not doing this yet, and I don't have this yet, and it was a lot of that for a long time. So I would definitely tell myself to not make the comparison and just be present, be okay with who I am and where I'm at, and you know what I mean, and in my circumstance.
Ain't nowhere to say you can't be both though. You can't be street and corporate. And
Oh yeah, I'm both.
I was about to say, because
I'm sophisticated and good as hell.
Me,
For sure.
I feel like some advice I can give my younger self is to take stuff more serious. Me, I ain't had no dad at all. He a well put together dude, still is to this day. He probably sent some money, I send it right back. I don't want that. But
It's a pride thing.
yeah, I don't want your money or nothing like that. But I didn't even graduate high school on time. I didn't graduate high school until 2 years after my class graduated. I didn't take school serious at all, but that's because I never had nobody in my ear to tell me that school was a serious thing, not even my mom. So I feel like I could just tell myself to take shit more serious. I ain't take nothing serious.
It's a
Nothing
good
at
thing,
all.
man. I took school serious. They didn't get me nowhere. Shit. I was an honor roll student, bro. For real. Then I got to high school, all that shit changed, bro. I started hanging with the wrong niggas. Man, I didn't even get to finish high school. I went to jail my senior year, bro. I ain't never get to finish high school.
I think I'd go for that way. For end it. I got you.
Yourself.
That's somebody to say. I end it with it's like not looking for validation for real. That's what I was doing. Probably up until this year, everything really changed. And I gotta add another one into it. Not going off what people talk about, go off their actions, because that plays in what my granddad did. I was looking for people to tell me, I love you, I appreciate you for this, I'm proud of you, all that stuff. I still look forward to this day. I can't like weed it out, but I do have people that they action, they show like they really involved with me, anything I do. So I appreciate that. That's them boys right there. Honestly, y'all too. Y'all showed me a lot. Y'all basically, y'all put this out of me for real. It was the group as a whole, starting with him, but to put that last piece in, that boys put like, man. So salute. Yep.
Let's drink friends.
So this, as everybody can see, this episode wasn't to be on no funny shit. It was gonna be sentimental and all that, but not just because I got the ladies here and stuff. So y'all do bring it out, like that environment being around like women. You could like talk about that shit, but next episode we gonna go crazy because I don't like this. I ain't gonna lie.
It is heavy.
We needed this though. It honestly was like leading up to this is crazy because I was actually having this feeling like I ain't feel too good about anything I was doing.
Me neither.
So I was like, I don't know what it was, but something was just telling me like, yo.
I think it's COVID.
No, we ain't got COVID.
No, it's good though, bro. It's good to find yourself, bro.
It is.
It might take a while to find
way.
yourself, bro, but when you do, you gonna feel good about the shit, bro. Just
And
like
you
you
really
said,
constantly
sometimes.
finding yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Because you evolving almost every day.
Always.
You
Right.
can wake up and feel something different.
You're always getting to know yourself. You
I
can't
think
get
everybody's
complacent.
been forced to. Everybody's been forced to. You've been forced into a space where it's just you most of the time. Like you can't just get up and go to certain places whenever you're ready to. You can't just go and be around who you want to be around. You can't do that anymore. So everybody's been forced into this space where you have to be in your own head. You have to figure out who you are, figure out what issues you have, work through all that. Like you can't really escape your own mind at this point.
There's no distractions, really. It's just you and your thoughts.
Your
and
thoughts will
dreams
eat
and
you
your-
up too.
Right.
Your thoughts will tear you
Oh
up,
yeah,
bro.
they definitely do that to me. If I get in my head
They
too
get
much,
to me,
You gotta
bro.
control them. You definitely gotta control them.
that's why I just start. That's why I just start meditating.
That's the
Honestly,
best bet.
Definitely.
yeah.
Meditation and
I
prayer.
wanted to start
This is
yoga,
crazy.
bro.
Meditate and
Swear to
learn how
God,
to live in the
yoga. I
present
always
moment.
wanted to start that shit, bro.
Relax.
So at the end of the day, what happened yesterday, what's going to happen tomorrow don't matter in the present.
Oh, for real.
Right.
Gotta focus on the present, for real.
Weird.
Since we talking about that, let's hold on. Let's
We go get high. We go go.
how y'all manage your stress? Because you just talked about meditation. I need to learn more about it. I've been just looking up on Google and shit, but I just
I just ordered a singing bowl
Sorry.
for like sound therapy.
Like,
I can't wait till that shit get here.
how do you feel about those like singing bowls?
I love them.
You love
I
them?
literally like just
What is
ordered
that?
one like the other day.
That sounds
Yeah.
It's
It's-
drinks that you
Yeah.
I have friends that do that. I have a friend that does Reiki, and she has like singing bowls and stuff.
that shit is voodoo, man.
Um,
Yeah, I'm telling
That
you.
sounds weird, bro.
I don't think it's
We
voodoo
can get
for
into
real, but I'm
that
just
on next
scared.
episode as well.
You don't even add it. It's literally
I got
just
an
vibration.
earful for
You're not
that.
even doing extra shit.
It's
You
literally
could put
just
stuff in the bowl,
frequency.
but it's like literally you don't even gotta do it. You can just hold the shit. It's like
All it is frequency. It just
it's nothing extra.
that's it.
Ain't no weird witchcraft, nothing like that.
It's just like some people
A
have
song.
like a stress ball or listening to
Yeah.
music. helps
Literally.
you through your stress. Like
Literally,
See, I do
it's
the
the
music.
same thing.
that's
I
it.
still
That's
do
all it
music.
I
is.
just
It's
go
just
sit in
music.
the room, just by myself, bro. That's what I do.
As far as stress,
You go with it? You go with the
Yeah, I
flow?
just keep going.
you just kind of like let it.
He really do, though. That's
brush it off,
I don't let nothing stress
or
me
let it
out.
resonate until it's.
I don't let nothing stress me
I
out.
gotta find a way to cope with this shit, bro.
So how do you
Stress,
cope?
if I don't deal with it, then you gonna see a different side of me, bro.
Right.
That you don't want to wake that side up, cause it's hard to calm that side down, man.
Knowing your limit is
Absolutely.
so important. Is knowing your limit. So when certain people start to push you to a certain limit, you have to know when it's time to separate yourself from them, separate yourself from that environment, and just keep it pushing.
So
I
how
don't
do
think
you
I know
cope
my
with
limit,
stress?
but I think I know when people trying to test me.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I
I
just,
never got
sometimes I
pushed
laugh
to that
at it.
limit.
I'm just
I
sitting there
don't
like,
know my limit, cause sometimes I take shit as a joke, so I just keep
Take everything
laughing
as
at
a
it,
joke.
keep brushing it off.
fuck that.
But then if you keep like going,
Yeah.
then that's when the smiles will turn into what?
We was just
you know
talking
what I'm
about
saying?
that in the car. We was just talking about that.
You think stress a good thing though?
Yeah,
I think it can be.
it teach you.
It put that pressure on
It
you.
teach you
Yeah, it definitely
life
puts that
things.
pressure
You know
on
what I'm saying?
I feel like it's really good to be emotionally aware of yourself.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
you just ignore the fact that you are feeling some type of way, that shit's gonna come at you when you least expect it.
That's next.
So
stress.
definitely allow yourself to feel what you're feeling and then move past that shit.
Yeah.
That shit hit hard. You ain't
That shit will hit you
You
when
don't want to
when
be
you
stressed, bro.
mind
I'm
your
telling
business.
you, a built-up person full of stress. That shit is like
That's
a
a dangerous
firecracker,
person.
bro.
That is a
dangerous
very,
person.
very
A
dangerous
firecracker,
person.
bro. Because all it takes is that one person. You might not have never said something to this person or anything, bro. But the first time you say something to him, he gonna check you because he mad already. He already
Right, he
stressed.
got that in his.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
You gotta protect your peace.
Absolutely, 110%.
Well, I need coaching on that.
I used to
Yeah,
be
true.
like,
Me too, bro. Cause I
I
can't
do.
do it, bro.
feel like they happy in here.
I'm definitely.
feel
I'm
Nah, like
definitely-
being honest, like for real, I feel like y'all really at peace.
Yeah, I'm very much at peace. It's a state of
I ain't where I
mind.
want to be.
First off,
And it's a
let me
conscious
just
decision.
point this out. Ain't none of the dudes raise their hands. So
Right. Why do you? I
what's
feel
the
like
difference between?
Yo, I'm gonna keep it 100. I was at peace, bro. Like I was at peace after my last relationship and shit. I spent 3.5 years with this bitch, and she cheated on me, dogged me out. You know what I'm saying? But after that relationship ended, no lie, I really was dead ass at peace, bro. Like no more lies, no more.
Yo, they can't hear none of this. The microphones pick up everything.
Oh,
They pick up everything.
my bad.
Yeah.
You was ending the last joint, right?
What you mean, huh?
So I thought, nah, I'm playing.
No, but I was at peace though, bro. Like I really was at my greatest peak in my life, bro. I was happy, no more stress, no more lies, no more worries.
So what changed?
When my son passed, that's
Okay.
what really brought the stress back to my life. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I was excited. I got what I wanted on the first try. I wanted a boy. I got a boy. You know what I'm saying? Due to circumstances, he was born too early. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make it. That literally brought stress back to my life because I was at peace with everything.
So now you're harboring that, or you harbored that.
I mean, I carry it with me every day. Yeah.
Right. I didn't lose a child due to circumstance, but I've been there. So I feel like and you're not even asking for my advice, but the advice that I could give to you is don't harbor that. You know
The
what I mean?
biggest
That's
thing I
not
should have learned from that, or I should have done, I feel like, is I should have went to the counseling sessions.
absolutely.
They
I'm 100%
offered me free
therapist.
counseling, and
Yes.
I turned it down, feeling like I'll be good, I'll get over the shit, but that wasn't true.
Go
You know
back.
what I'm saying?
Do it.
Like
It's
I
never
too late.
I still feel that shit to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
Right.
even though I got another child on the way, it still don't feel that void. You know
That's
what I'm
blood
saying?
of your
That's
blood.
right.
That's your
It
baby.
won't
That's
ever
your
feel
kid.
that space, that void, that emptiness. That's, you know what I'm saying?
That's nuts. I'm what they call it, a rainbow child. They call it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Um,
what.
It's crazy. My mom talk about that a lot. Like your older sister, all that stuff. We looking like.
Yeah, that's what.
That's what they say.
That's
Like
what they say.
I don't even acknowledge myself as the oldest. I just say
But you see,
somebody
at
came before me.
your big old age, and your mom is still harboring that of your older sister. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like this is decades at this
Right.
point of harboring that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and though you'll never, I'm not saying like, okay, you know what I mean? You'll go to counseling or you'll heal from this, and then it'll be gone. And that's what I feel like people mistake peace and healing for. Like, okay, yeah, once I heal from this, that means it's never, I'm okay now. It's never gonna bother me. No. Healing and peace is a conscious decision. It is a conscious action. It's something that you have to consciously work at every single day. You know what I mean? I choose to be peaceful. This shit don't just fall upon me and I'm just like, oh, peace. No.
True. Yeah.
I trained my mind to be like, you know what?
Not going to let
We
it stress
gone.
me out.
And you
yeah.
have to
You know what I
choose
mean?
it every day.
Every day.
It's not
Every
like
day.
you hit
Every day.
this one point where you say, okay, I'm good now. Everything's going to be great from here. No, it's not like that. You know, you have to choose that every day. Every day you wake up, you have to get out of bed and say, okay, I'm choosing peace today. And some days you're not going to feel like choosing peace. Some days you're going to want to walk out the door and knock somebody's head off.
Absolutely.
But you can't do that. Sometimes you have to just say, like, okay, I'm at my limit. So what do I have to do so that I can get back to my place of peace?
You gotta definitely retreat back to it. It's
That's what I
something-
mean when I say don't let it stress me out. I don't let it stress me out. Like,
Right.
my
Right.
mind I don't let it. It ain't that. It's stuff that I think about every day that is stress. That's like would stress another person out. But I don't let it
Most
stress
times
me
I
out.
really don't even
Right.
stress
Yeah.
about shit though, bro. Cause shit, I just learned how to go through the progressions of life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like every day is gonna be something new,
Every
Right.
day,
and
yeah.
that's how I live life, bro. Like every day gonna be different. When
Expect
you
unexpected.
learn how to cope with things and deal with things, you won't really find stress with certain shit or certain
Absolutely.
things. You'll be able to be like, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It's just that certain stuff that do bring stress to you that you can't help it.
That's inevitable. Stress is
Yeah.
always inevitable. You know what I mean? There's always going to be hardships. But like I said, you got to choose that. And I feel like you also, you have to feel your feelings. You have to feel your emotions. You definitely have to feel through them. You have to, it's okay to be sad. Feel that. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, nah, it's everything cool. Everything's not cool. It's not.
But
And that's
sometimes
okay.
we don't get a chance to feel that though.
Give yourself that chance.
Like
Right.
if you do give you a chance to feel that, like
That's when the stress.
Other
comes.
people, that's when they stress.
That's
They're
when
not used to you
you
voicing
take
your
that
opinions and stuff.
personal, you take that personal moment for yourself, though. You know what I mean? Like, or even if there's somebody or a person that you want to go to and feel like they can help you manage that stress, communicate. Be communicative with that. You know what I mean? Communicate your emotions.
Do you guys feel like stress is like a choice?
No, I feel like it's inevitable. You know what I mean? There's life stresses, period. Like, you know what I mean? Like anything.
Those are stressors, though.
I feel like there's always going to be stressors. A lot of people mistake peace for, okay, I'm at peace, nothing is ever going to happen. That's not what peace is. You're always going to have things that are going to antagonize you. There's always going to be something that is going to be trying to stop you from getting to where you're supposed to be. But you have to choose peace, and choosing peace means just simply saying, like, okay, this person is gonna, antagonize me. This person's gonna lie to me. This person's gonna cheat on me. This person is gonna hurt me, but I'm just going to still keep pushing forward, and I'm not going to allow that to put me in a place where I stay there. That doesn't mean that you can't, feel how you feel in that moment. Absolutely. Feel how you need to feel in that moment. Cry, get it out, scream, holler, stump your feet if you want, but move forward. Yeah. Don't let it make you stagnant. Don't let it chain you down to where this is something that you're thinking about all day, every day. You're sulking in it. Don't sulk in it.
I mean, what you saying that, like, I actually got certain people I go to for everything. And, like, my good friend, he joke about it. Like, you really got a person for every single thing. Like, yeah.
And that's
I can't,
okay.
Like, everything I need is not in one person. I don't think it ever will be, unless it's, like, when I pray. That's it. But, of course, I'm going to look for that person that will sit in front of me, and I'm going to want to talk.
About it, yeah.
So I just break it up to many people. Like, everybody in the room, I done talk to them about separate things on a serious level. But if I go to him about something, I talk about him, it'll probably get laughed at. Like, we don't talk about that.
Right. And that's okay, though. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like God places different people in your life for different reasons, for those, you know what I mean, for those things. So you're not going to find all you need in one person all the time. You need that different, like, because, like, what I talk about with him and when I talk about with him, like you said, he might laugh at that shit. Like, what? What are you even talking about? We don't relate on that level. Yeah. You know what I mean? But we relate there. We here now. You know what I mean? So that's totally fine to have. You could have 27 people and talk about 30 things with every single one. Like, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's really a good thing. Like,
that's a great thing. That's a blessing. Yeah. Honestly, people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that.
Anybody to go to.
I don't go to nobody.
Pray.
I mean, yeah,
I would say pray.
Like,
I don't ever text y'all and be like, man, I'm stressed out.
Like, but some people, like, he know that he could pick up on it, and some days I could pick up on it. Like, when I just, like how we text each other today. He texted me first, and I was already feeling like some type of way. And I ended up wanting to talk to him anyway. I wasn't going to reach out. I don't know what was holding me back, but he asked me, and I was like, all right, bet. But I do that to other people, too. I reach out to him, like, I just wake up out of random, like, text him, like, yo, you good? I don't have to look at no post or nothing. It just happened.
And God placed that on your mind.
So it's just great. That's what I'm saying. When I get, like, my biggest thing is I will sit there, I think about so much stuff because I want to help people, of course. It's like, that's me, naturally. Right. And sometimes when I'm trying to help somebody, it's not like a prideful thing, but I'm helping you. You're not, like, trying to seek the help for yourself. It eat me up. Like, I'm putting my time into this. I'm actually trying to help you, like genuinely. Like, I'm not trying to do this, like, to feel good.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, this is me, and I see what you're going through. I went through it too, so why you not even listening to me?
I think that's a big part of it too, is knowing when you have to pull yourself away when you're trying to help somebody else better themselves, because they have to want it for themselves. So you can't keep draining yourself and giving all you have to this person and constantly pouring out and trying to help them build themselves back up, and then it's becoming a stressor on you because now you have to think you're absorbing everything that they have with them. Like, now you're taking everything that they have going on. You're taking it on for yourself. So you have to know the limit there, too.
That's crazy. Like, when I bring y'all on, I knew you was going to talk some shit, though, but...
yeah, they give it
some knowledge. Yeah, I'm sitting back, like, I'm really learning, like, yo, this is... I ain't gonna lie.
Every day is something. Every day you should learn something. Even if it's small. Every day should teach you something different. Every day is a learning.
I feel like if you don't learn at least one new thing a day,
what are you doing?
You waste the day.
You kind of like wasting your life.
True.
Because there's a lot of things out here you can learn that you don't know.
There's way
See,
too much to
right.
learn to be ignorant.
Well, let's say you don't learn something that day, but you were able to teach somebody. Do you still feel like that was a waste of a day?
You
Absolutely
learn
not.
something. If you can teach somebody something, you learn something.
No.
A teaching,
That's what
a
I feel.
teaching moment
You learn it
is
too.
a learning experience.
You learn
all
something
the
new about
time. I'm a
yourself.
teacher.
Yeah, you
I'm
learn
learning
something.
something. I'm teaching my children, but
Like,
I'm learning
Cause
from
you can
them
put it in this
all
sense.
the
Say
time.
like, you know how tutors
Exactly.
be? Tutors don't really know shit. They be in a fucking book. They don't know shit.
Why do you think half the time you want to? Alright, so we
We
gonna
sitting there,
do
I
this.
don't even know this. Like I really sat down with a tutor. I'm like, I'm never coming back because you don't know shit. I'm
You
supposed
don't
to
know.
come to you get the
You
answers.
guessed it
Right.
just like
Yeah,
I'm
like, fuck
guessing.
that.
We doing the same thing.
So they really,
I'm
you really,
good.
they breaking it down because they learn too. That's why the process, what they do is so slow. They don't know. It's the same thing with life though.
So I gotta go. Well, that's funny as hell because my last question was about to be like every day that you guys wake up, you know, willingly. What is it like? What is your goal for that day? Not even like a goal for the week, but that day itself. Like, what is your goals?
Me personally, when I wake up every day, my goal is to touch somebody. Even if it's by my own experience, if it's just by, you know, speaking to somebody. This past Friday, it was a coworker, and I don't really speak to her. With coronavirus going on, we haven't even really been in the office like that. She was new coming on when it first happened, so I didn't really build a relationship or anything with her. But I don't really, normally we don't have conversations. And then that Friday we happened to have like a very intimate conversation, and she was telling me, you know, about her and a loss that she suffered, and all of that just stemmed from me just simply saying, oh yeah, I'm a doula or whatever. So she felt comfortable, like I created like a comfortable space for her, and I was able to, you know, nurture her in her situation and what she was dealing with and thinking about. And this is something that happened to her 7 years ago, but she harbored it, and it was something that just happened to come out, and we don't even have that type of relationship for us to even, you know, be speaking about something that's sensitive. But that's definitely like my goal is touch somebody, because I feel like that's what kind of can give you purpose.
Yeah.
Is if you can touch somebody. Your life might be chaotic, it might be, you know, a whole whirlwind, but if you can just simply touch somebody else, then why not?
I mean, going off of her, my main goal is to find certain people with certain like traits and stuff or experiences to share on the podcast. Have them come have a conversation, because most people, they sit there with their, like one friend, like how we just said, you got one friend for everything. But what if you really speak out? You're recording it, and we touch people across the world.
Right.
You made a difference, like a big difference. You
People need a
wouldn't even know.
platform.
You never know your reach.
That's all it is. And I just feel like with this whole podcast, like everybody that's here, they play a big role every single day, because I'm getting, like Jordan, he sends me stuff. He finds stuff on Facebook, like, yo, we got to talk about this. Like, of course we're going to talk about it. But me personally, I got to just get the right people. I just don't want to have the topics and put, like, the wrong people up here just because they want to be on camera.
Right.
Like, so that's really my main job, is to find the right people.
So basically, you're looking for
People with like, credibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Deja.
Deja too?
You.
Deja Square, what y'all call it?
Like you low key keep slipping through the cracks. Like
I'm just absorbing
Right.
everything. That's what I do. I absorb. But every day, my main goals are to have a good day, period, and also to make sure I'm continuing to work on myself, because I still have, you know, past traumas I'm working on. I still have, you know, a lot of shit that I'm trying to get over. Not even like get over, but come to terms with, because there's a lot of shit I'm never gonna get over. I already know, but come to terms with it and live with it, and not let it hinder how I'm choosing to live my life moving forward. That's really every day been a journey of self-love and healing and nurturing myself, because nobody else gonna do it. So I gotta wake up and do that shit every day.
Right.
That's great shit, man.
That's what I've been
Great
doing.
shit.
That's what I've been doing like the last year and a half.
That's beautiful.
And I've been feeling
process.
great. I've
For
been
real.
feeling fantastic.
Yeah, everybody good. Everybody knows. That's
Corey,
crazy.
you ain't not the motherfucker who works here today.
I don't know, man. I really don't. I just wake up, man. My days start by going to work. You know what I'm saying? That's just
You do your best.
That's for you to provide.
Do
that.
your best, right?
That's for you to provide.
There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like also there's a lot of pressure put on this generation in general to have to wake up and have to want to accomplish something that day. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with waking up and just want to to go with the flow or just to
Just
live
to
your
do
life.
the
There's
day.
nothing
What we
wrong
got,
with that
what we
at
got
all.
behind us, they want us to wake up each day and have a millionaire
Right.
idea and stuff like
Like,
that.
that's
Something you should be
Right.
working
Unreasonable.
towards every day.
For real,
Everybody
for real.
don't wake up with a goal set. That's
Our
the thing.
generation, we can get money. We can, like, people done proved that it's so
There's
easy for us to get
definitely
money.
so many
We got
ways.
social media playing the biggest role in our life.
Social
Right.
media
So it's
be the
not
biggest
that.
downfall, too.
Our thing is what we need is to find self love. That's what we really need
That's
though.
exactly
Yeah.
what this generation.
We don't have
needs.
that. We like our parents been fucking chasing money the whole time. They've been raising us to like go get that dollar.
Man.
Right.
Don't
I
play
don't even
sports.
care
Go get
about
the
that
dollar.
no
Go
more.
do this.
Right.
So,
So
okay, you saying we need self-love, like, so do you consider self-love and you know, self-esteem the same thing, like self-confidence?
Yeah, a lot of
Uh,
people got
I
low
feel like they go hand in
self-esteem.
hand.
That's
nah,
why
I don't really
people-
think it go hand in hand. To be honest,
I don't think
I
so.
feel like sometimes.
Sometimes
self-esteem is how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
self-love is knowing yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what you actually
In order
want.
to love yourself, don't you gotta get to know yourself?
I mean, yeah, it's a whole. That's why it's a process. Yeah, I got answers though. Go ahead, go ahead. It's a whole process though. But Key, you gotta speak.
My main goal of the day,
Yeah.
figuring out what I'm gonna eat. Nah, nah, but for real though, my main goal of the day when I wake up is actually getting through the day. There's a lot of
Yeah.
shit that come at people throughout the day. So my main goal is just getting through the day, being able to see the next day on the positive side and not going to sleep negative. So I wake up on a positive note, trying to be positive and not letting nothing get to me.
I thank y'all for coming. Everybody.
Definitely appreciate
'Cause
it.
I know this Sunday I could be asleep. You could be at brunch.
Washing clothes.
Yeah, you already went there. But thank everybody for being here. Like, y'all share it. We're gonna drop your name tags in the joint, but y'all play the role, so you're part of this podcast. You probably get back on here, of course.
Yeah,
So
when
you're
find
definitely a part of
good
this.
topic that needs to be touched on.
Yeah.
Ring people
And
line.
just share it. Not even just to get it out there for like likes and shares. Like some people really need to hear this.
Never know who's gonna listen to it.
So anybody you come in contact with, like, if you can, just help some type of way. That's all I say. And then we gonna end it. We good.
Alright, so you ain't telling them about next week how they gonna post my go.
That should be an hour and 7 minutes. Ain't it?
You man, it's only
It's over that. Cause then we start at 5:10.
$10 subscription.
Right, yeah, I'm about to say, yo,
Hour who?
I like to take a switch.
I'm trying to get hour and 9.
Swear to God, y'all think
I'll look at the time. What did we start?
Well, once you clip some of that shit, though, it's gonna be about it.
It'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Alright, that's cool.
Too late. Get the shirt, man.
Oh no, 35, champ.
That's all you take it for.
Say free? 35.